football players, so Manti Teo had an imaginary girlfriend. I had an imaginary girlfriend when I was 21. But at least she was in Plano. Hey, and speaking of relationships, based on the divorce rate in this country, shouldn't eHarmony just be called the deadliest catch? Is that true? Think about that on the drive home, you daters. Hey, I don't know if you saw this, but DC Comics announced recently that one of its superheroes was gay. Was it too much for me to ask? I wanted it to be Wonder Woman. And you know it was a woman who came up with the company name Bed Bath & Beyond. You guys been up those guys? We'd have just called it Shit Shower and Shave. You guys watch the Food Channel? Yeah. Well, you know on the Food Channel there are shows like Food Wars, Food Games, Man versus Food. Folks, have we looked at the country lately? Food won. Hands down. Hey, we don't have blood in our veins, people. We've got special sauce. Hey, you know that TV show Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives? Yeah. I can't watch that show when I'm hungry. It makes food look so good I start eating the couch cushion. Hey, can we agree on this one topic tonight, that the TV show Extreme Makeover needs to visit swamp people? That true? Look, the lights are pretty bright up here, but I see a couple of them on the tables. Let me just put it out there, ladies. Well, no, let me reverse that. I got something else I want to talk about. I want to talk about something that we all have in our homes. It's very important and serious. You know what I'm talking about. And by the way, if you have teenage kids, I'm not talking about the locks on the liquor can, all right? I'm talking about the junk drawer. Now, you know the drawer. It's in the kitchen. It's in the kitchen, and we all have many of the same things in our junk drawer. There's the scotch tape, there's the electrical tape, there's the scissors, the super glue, the magic markers, the shoelaces, the paper clips, and a handful of little nuts and screws. We have no idea what they go to. But we all have, admit it, we all have one universal item that's in everybody's junk drawer. And that's the flashlight. Right? Stay with me. And this is no ordinary flashlight. This is a flashlight, I promise you, doesn't work. Oh, it would if we replaced the battery. The batteries that are in the junk drawer with the flashlight. Unless you're at my house where all the batteries underneath my wife's side of the bed. She hates that joke. Well, and the reason is it's absolutely not true. The only thing under our bed, especially at night, is me hiding from the tiger in the closet. All right, one other person had a tiger in their closet when they were a kid. Okay. Hey, it's my fear, folks, that 1,000 years from now, some archaeologist is going to dig up one of these junk drawers and come to the conclusion that everything we ever needed as a civilization to survive was in the junk drawer. The cure to cancer? It's in some scientist's junk drawer. The answers to the mysteries of the universe are in Stephen Hawking's junk drawer. If only he could get it open. You know what? I deserve it. I deserve it. You're right. You're absolutely right. But I got to tell you, you guys are sharp. I told that joke last week in Kentucky, and an audience member, a guy came up to me after the show, and he said to me, Stephen Hawking's a hell of a NASCAR driver. Look, folks, I've got an empty rectal thermometer case in my junk drawer. Hey, I don't want it back, but who and where the hell is somebody hiding that thing? Oh, look at me. I know I'm getting older. I'm taking 2 naps a day instead of 1. I can throw my back out now simply by brushing my teeth. Laugh now, wait till it happens. And I'm spending less time in my tree fort watching cartoons. Let me just say this, as I am older now, I realized when I was 21 years old, the idea of making love to a 60-year-old woman was never on my mind. Oh, stay with me? But, now that I've been married to the same woman for over 25 years, there you go, it occurs to me, I'm not going to be enjoying that day, I'm going to be looking forward to it. Ladies, let me just say this, and I mean this in all sincerity. When your man wants you at that age and beyond, believe me, you look like a model to him. The good news for you, ladies, is your man's going to look like a rock star. The bad news is, oh, it'll be Keith Richards. Who spent a little too much time in the hot tub. So my wife and I, we have 2 boys and 2 girls. They're all teenagers. Anybody want to be a babysitter for me? Let me ask you a question. How many kids does it take to change an empty roll of toilet paper? Oh, anybody? Empty roll of toilet paper. Anybody know how many kids it takes? 1. Thank you. For God's sake, just give me a hand. No, you're all wrong. For God's sake, it's never been done. Oh, brother. Hey, I want these kids. I want my kids to do as I say, not as I did. They don't need to know. When I'm worried about this guy. Is my fly down, for God's sake? Hey, my kids don't even know. When I was 17 years old, I was growing pot. In my parents' basement. So my dad figured out why his electrical light bill was so much, and that no high school science fair project could possibly last more than 2 years. And that is a true story. Look at me. I look like I just got off the FBI train or something. Look, so I got wise, I transplanted that basement garden line, I put it behind our garage where the old timer of a neighbor. Transplanted it behind our garage. The old timer of a neighbor who lived behind us mistook my weed to be weed. He cut it all down, he mulched it all up, he spread the clippings all over his compost pile. By sentiment exactly. Took me a few days to recover from the shock and trauma of that event, but I got him back a couple days later. I torched the compost pile, got the entire neighborhood high for half a mile around us, called the cops and got him busted for possession. You guys have been wonderful. Thanks for playing along. My name's Adamshick.
Adamshick, there he goes, from Toledo, Ohio. Funny stuff. Rocking the party tonight. We're glad you guys are here. Wow, you got a fan club out there. That's cool. We do have a couple of other Zanies locations. We're glad you're here at the Zanies Mothership. This is the one that was opened in 1978. Before you leave tonight, if it's your first time here, take a look around the walls and see